So power of minimalism. So I started getting interested in minimalism. Generally, when I get interested in something, I read a lot of books on that. So this had been one of those things where I actually did not read that much, but I started practicing it. And minimalism sometimes looks a little bit negative. I mean, everybody wants to live life big, and we have all these ads from alcohol companies, etc., on living big life, and all media and everything promoting that. So there's somebody who, instead of using the word minimalism, came up with this term essentialism. So you can also think about minimalism as essentialism, things what's most essential for you in your life. And in a way, I mean, I never realized that what's the word essential really means until the lockdown happened. So now we all know what essential services means. So what's really essential for you in your life? So there are a few things which I started doing, some very, very tactical things. Like I went to the wardrobe and noticed that I had some 300 shirts, these, that, and all these things, which was crazy. I mean, we generally complain, women, etc., that they have more clothes, and I think even men, if they look into their cupboards, might notice that they have no less. So I was one of them, had so many clothes. So I put all of those into a big box, decided to give them away, and kept only 1 week's clothes, just like 5 to 7 sets of each of the things. Then we went for a 45-day trip. This was after my previous company got acquired and we had some time. So we went for a 45 days trip, and we just had a small backpack, which is like the school bags or the office bags. Just one small bag like that, not the backpacks which you see people traveling with, especially the foreigners on international travel. Not those kind of backpacks, very small office bag kind of thing, which had got only 5 or 6 sets of clothes. And we traveled to 7 or 8 countries in 45 days, a lot of interesting places. And that was really such a great learning. All we had was that and nothing else. And that was so relieving when you don't have these things. So having less number of belonging all of a sudden will declutter your mind. And that means also assets. I mean, do we need to have all these physical things which we have? Do we need to have all the books, all this stuff which we have in our house? That also means the same with the goals. Whatever goals you have, whatever projects are you working on, should you really work on all those projects, or should you focus on a few that really matters? I stopped watching television and stopped reading newspaper, and all came out of all the social media around, I think, almost social media around 3 years back, but newspaper and television almost 10 years. And life became much better with that. I might now get back to social media a little bit, and there is a reason behind that. I'll explain that later. That's also a one way for me to test another thing which I learned, which I'll come a little bit later. So also the people you meet. Do I need to meet all the people? So who are the people who matters the most to you? Who are the people whom you love to meet? Who are the people who makes your life better? So minimalism means knowing what's most important for you. And minimalism is a way of life. When you become minimal, you look at your life and your way of living, and you do everything aligned with that philosophy. So the other thing